Hylics is a fever dream of a game. Unlike many other games I've played in the past, like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, Silent Hill F, and Okami, this game was the first to truly baffle me in so many aspects that I had to make a video about it. With that, I'll be going over the main story and why I love this game so much. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and liking the video. This took a lot of time, so I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys and enjoy. Hylics was released on August 7th of 2015 by creator Mason Lindrith, and yes, this is him. In fact, he used his hands as a rotoscoping tool the entire time while he was creating Hylics. The game is centered around a character named Wayne, a crescent-headed guy that we really don't know anything about. When the game boots up, we are on an island with a mysterious guy in the background claiming, "A juicy insect woozily exhumes the glands. The people sing amidst a tyranny. It is a doom amidst a product. It is a sort of vacuum amidst mandible." Meanwhile, Gibby, king of the moon, banishes a skeleton inside the gentle apparel passion. Thus, your story begins. This allows us to get a better view of the mysterious man with the words Act 1 in the background. We are now playing as Wayne in his own home, and as you explore the place, you can find a man outside, and he's talking about the city of Tyre. A city of mutants who can only speak nonsense to the curse that Gibby caused. We can now walk outside Wayne's house and go explore Tyre, the mutant city, where, we can go around, talk to some people, look at some random insects, and do some shopping. There's not much shopping to be done at this point in the game because we're low-key broke, but we do talk to a guy a little farther up, and he talks about a cult being at the top of Mount Muspix, so of course we gotta check that out. After a little more dilly-dallying, we do eventually get to the top of Mount Muspix, where we get our first encounters of the playthrough versus the cone cultist and the cone statue. I definitely got blinded a lot, and then I just died. That was pretty cool, but hey, at least that brings us to our next segment, which is the afterlife. Every time you die in this game, you get sent to the afterlife. It's a place where you can kind of recharge and upgrade your characters with more meat after killing enemies. But also the cool thing is that throughout the map there are portals. Each time you click one of these portals, when you're in the afterlife, you can teleport straight from them. After dying a couple more hundred times, we do eventually find a camp with a guy inside. When we do talk to this mystery man, we figure that his name is Dedismon and that he's an archaeologist looking for paper cups in the ruins. If we do offer to help him look for these paper cups, he allows us into his tent where he has a machine that when you sleep can show you exactly where the treasure is in Mount Muspix. When you do turn on the machine and go to sleep, you finally can get a whole view of where the map is and where the treasure is exactly located. If you also look in the bottom corner, you can see the ladder. When you go down there, there is a brain sage that gives you a sage token. To be honest, I have no clue what it does, but I just always thought it was a pretty cool touch. When you do eventually find the corresponding area, you can dig up and find the paper cup. When you return it back to, I'm just calling him green shit the rest of the video, he says he's going to accompany you so that you can find more paper cups in the future. Now you got a party too, which is pretty cool. With the gate to the island being closed off, we have to go inside the security area to unlock the gate. In the middle of this area is a access warp. When you click inside of it, it takes you to an entirely new different part of this map. This new area is called the Recolored World. If we took a look around this bloody island, in the bottom corner there is a vault that is blocked by a guard. If we disobey the guard's orders to stay away from the vault, he'll eventually summon his mustelids and we cause a fight. We take care of all these enemies pretty quickly with just our basic attacks, and once we do eventually kill everyone and the guard, we have access to the vault where we can find an artificial bicep, some money, and a TV. These TVs are scattered around the map, and if you ever enter one of them, they allow you to get a special attack that you can use your willpower points on. After that, we do a little more walking around, and we eventually find a stair set that leads to a castle/hotel. When we go inside, we can move around these guards a little more to avoid them and walk into this room. Inside there's a guard that says please don't touch the device or it will destroy you because it's living, but of course we gotta touch the device. So we touch it and it controls the harbor gate, and now we have to fight a horde projection and a guard. After wiping the guard off the face of the earth, we now have to fight the horde projection, which low-key does a lot of damage, I'm not gonna lie, it did like 75 and killed us a couple times, but we do eventually get the job done and slay it. And yeah, with that, the harbor gate is now open, meaning we can leave the center of the island, so we get on a boat and we can now travel to extra areas. We hop on an island to the left of the original island, and we can now go inside of this big cave where there's a puzzle going on where if you click on any of the squigglies, they start to move. With that in mind, we can now leave the cave area and make our way all the way back to a place in the top right corner. With that, there's a bunch of statues with those exact identical squigglies, so we need to keep all 4 of those in mind before we head all the way back. When we do eventually get back into the cave, we can now click on all 4 of the squiggly lines that were on the statues previously, and now a door finally opens that we can enter into. When we walk through the door, you can see a guy doing a little dancey dance on in front of a TV. His name is Pagorma, and he is a knight from Ythorn. He will ask us if he wants to fight, and I guess we have to fight him. So when we do fight him, then we have to fight him and 2 guards. After a couple more attempts, we do eventually take him down and his guards. After we defeat him, we get 2,000 bucks, and also says he's going to join our team because he also has the ability for us to walk on the gravestones. With that information, we get into our boat, which we head to another island with a squiggly path all the way into an underground area. When we do get into this area, we figured out that it's a grave site. When we push this gravestone away, there is a ladder that heads us down to the ground, which shows us a big figure of where all the other ladders are on a big map. Now that we know where all the gravestones are on the map, we're able to push the tombstones away, avoid the monsters preferably, and push the tombstones to make them wiggle. Now we have to find 7 more of these around the map, so we push the gravestone to do the same process 7 more times. We found a TV as well that was able to give us another special attack, which was health chant, which is super helpful in this game. And these are the last 3 that we need to find, so we're going to push all of them, and then we need to press the middle lever, which says there's something moving above, which is the big gate. When we walk through the big gate, we now are faced with a bunch of mobs, but also 3 sculptures of our current team members, which I think is a really cool touch in my opinion. I think just the artificial approach that they go throughout this is really cool. We now can go and find another staircase on the middle of the map, and we're kind of going through this big maze that's being chased by these clay things. And this is a really cool aspect, is that now we're playing as the mystery character from the beginning with the text about to say, "At last the stone is rendered, astride cycloid prisons, Wayne is arrogantly forgetting a science beside prisons. Yet in mere memories and science, the revolving substance will not be chilled. And now the time for furtive mountain furnaces drawn to an end, giving mechanized, considered totally despite the useful lunar fortress. Your memory yearns for mountains with the mountain inside the radiance." We now get our last act title of the video, which is our Act 3, the final act of the first game. We are now on an island with a spaceship being able to be used, which is so much better than the boat, meaning we can go anywhere on the map, even without the docks. With that, we go into someone's house. When we enter inside the house, we see a guy sitting on the couch with a dark cloud over his head. This guy already knows who we are, and he's talking about how he has magic gauntlets in the basement and he can't grab them because of the amulet skulls. And if we offer to help him, he will join our team, and now we have some Samosa. Some pronunciation. Alright. Samnosa? What the? Did they just forget the S? Alright, whatever. That's so weird. Alright, so now we have Samnosa on our team. We go into the basement and get a little checkpoint, and now we have to kill a bunch of things and find his magic gauntlet. Once we do find the magic gauntlet, we can now take the ladder all the way back outside of the house and back onto the ship. Now that we are in the ship, we can depart all the way to the big tower in the middle of the map. This tower belongs to the science department, so when we make it all the way to the top, we can finally talk to this guy, and he says in order to get into the lab, we need to talk to the clawman. And when we do talk to him, if we get the password to the door wrong, we have to fight him. Once we put this Timu crab into the fucking dirt, Then we get our full access to the lab, which is pretty cool. And now this is a segment I like to call the infinite money glitch. Basically, all I do is I flip these 3 switches and then go, and then boom, cash comes out. Check that, 250k. Acquire that 3 times, take my ship all the way back to the mutant city, and go all out. I'm talking forks, berry shields, because they're the best thing in the game. They give you 200 health points for each character it's acquired to. Go over here, let's go buy some bad juju, fuck it. And then dynamite, of course. Why would we not buy dynamite? Dynamite blows up literally everything we could possibly have. Boom. Frozen burritos, because why not? You could just throw them at people, or you could put them in the microwave for extra lives, because why not? 60 of those. Juice boxes. Fuck it, put 140, put 151 on the line, might as well. Now that we've ransacked literally everything that we can from the mutant city, we take our ship all the way to the final destination, which is a spaceship, I think. We go and see this guy, we get a ship key for almost 100k and hot dogs. Holy shit, I almost bought 200 hot dogs, 171 to be exact. Now that we have the entire stock of hot dogs that we could ever want, we go and fight this cone cultist to take over the ship. Then we promptly slam all of them, get some more cash, some meat, and we go and we take over the ship with the key that we bought. Now that the ship's on our way and we make it to the new planet, we take our little trip out, and obviously this is the final bout. Alright, this is the final stretch. Everything's been building towards stopping Gibby. The world feels unstable and surreal as we push forward. Tensions rising with every step. This is the climax of the journey, where strategy and the strange logic of Hylics come together for one last confrontation. Upon entering the tower, we're swarmed by these minions that look exactly like Wayne, but we slowly, as we go up further, we destroy every single one of them in our path without even having to do an actual battle. We slowly climb our way up the tower, killing everything in our sight, until we make it to the top where more are there. We just relentlessly murder every single thing in our path, till we make it to the final gate. This is it, last area of the game, the last checkpoint of the game, and a fallen soldier turned back. It's terribly powerful. We don't care. We take the stairs all the way up, and he's there on the throne. You dare approach me? My arts will debase your domiciles until you beg me to impede. Now chill thine spreading mountain, it's the last time you will. The final fight. We now stand face to face with 2 virtue statues and Gibby, the arch nemesis. Now I would say this boss was going to be difficult, but we did use the infinite money glitch to buy as much dynamite as we could, which, if you don't know, whenever you throw dynamite, it does 75 damage and also stuns everything. So basically, what you're watching right now is me spam dynamite on all my characters and basically just take them to the ground because I can fade every attack. After a lot more dynamite spamming, and just like that, we kill both statues. It's now Gibby versus us. We don't really use the dynamite anymore because it's kind of useless at this point in the game. So I low-key just spam space shurikens and heal chants and destructions. I guess I'm putting a juice box here. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. But yeah, we just spam attacks and there we go. We have taken down Gibby. Ugh, so I'm defeated. Wayne, I'm sorry about everything. By the way, I set this moon to explode when I die. Say your prayers and chill your feelings. Like truth, memory. Now that the ship's about to blow up, we kind of make our way around. We're basically saying our final prayers at this point. It seems like this is going to be the end. There's no save points. There's nothing we can do except the planet destroyed. Or Wayne, mortal obscenity adrift, texturizes the worm outside of the hideous microcosm concavity. Despite the oceans, an illusional smear horribly, or his willed microcosm witness inside truths. So ends the tale of worldly mountains who sought to stretch, yet sort of arrogantly hydrated our euphylogent sustenance. And just like that, we flip the slip one time. The end. The end of one tale of Wayne. Green shit, orange shit, and silver shit, because they have really long names. So, after breaking down everything that happens in Hylics, what are we left with? Because on paper, the story sounds pretty simple. There's a conflict, there's a villain, and there's progression. But that's not what sticks out with you. What sticks out with you is the feeling. Hylics doesn't tell its story in a clean, cinematic way. It doesn't build towards a dramatic emotional speech or a neatly wrapped explanation. Instead, it presents events almost symbolically. Characters peak in cryptic, almost poetic dialogue. Locations feel disconnected from reality, motivations are always clear and stated. And yet, it never feels random. It feels intentional, like you're walking through someone else's subconscious. That's a huge reason why me and a lot of other people love this game so much. It respects the players enough to not over-explain itself, and that's why we love it. Part of why the story hits differently is because the entire world feels personal. Everything was physically sculpted by Mason Lindrith before putting into the game. That means the world isn't just designed, it's crafted. You can feel the fingerprints in it, metaphorically and literally. So when the story ends, it doesn't feel like you finished content, it feels like you stepped out of someone's art piece. And that's what makes the difference. While Mason put a lot of time and care into this game, it's so much the opposite for the world actually. The world doesn't care if you understand it. One of the boldest things Hylics does is refuse to center the player. You're not treated like a prophesied hero. The world doesn't pause itself for you. It just exists. And because of that, it feels ancient. It feels like you walked into something already in motion. That gives the story weight without exposition. It's atmospheric storytelling, and atmosphere can sometimes be stronger than plot. If you think about it, the actual events of the story aren't what people debate the most. It's the interpretation. It's the tone. It's the feeling you get while wandering through it. The surreal dialogue, the strange humor, the wild and quiet and loud music. The game isn't trying to say one specific thing. It's trying to create a state of mind. Once you realize that, the story stops being confusing and starts being experimental. You may not understand everything at first, like it's slightly out of reach, and that's kind of intentional. Hylics doesn't demand you to decode it, it invites you to feel it. That's a huge difference. It's not trying to be a polished RPG, it's trying to be unforgettable, and it succeeds like that. So, after everything we talked about, Hylics isn't just a game you figure out. It's a place you visit. It's a mood you step into. When it ends, it doesn't feel like credits rolling. It feels like waking up from a dream, where you remember fragments, emotions, colors, but never the full explanation. Maybe that's the point. Maybe Hylics doesn't need to mean one thing. Maybe it just needs to mean something to you. Alright, well that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much if you guys stayed to the whole video. It took me so long to make this, so thank you guys so much. I want to make more content like this, but it's very time consuming, so it would mean a lot if you guys comment or subscribe to the channel, so I just kind of feel a little more motivation when I make things. But thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See you guys.